Hello, we start our mentorship on verification today. And the goal is that at the end of this 1 month mentorship, given any design, you should have sufficient skills to verify the design and to certify that you have followed all the proper procedure for verification of the design and the design is good to go for tape out. Before we get into that, since most of our design and verification activities takes place on a Linux system, you need to have a basic Linux setup available with you. There are three options which you can follow. You can create a separate partition on your hard disk and install Linux over there, or you can download a virtual machine and install Linux in the virtual machine. Or if you have Windows 10 or Windows 11, you can use something called as WSL2 and use that to download and install one of the Linux distribution on your machine. So depending on which option you go with, you can search the web for details on how to use that. The next thing which you need to do is you need to learn how to use Linux. By default, whatever you install will come with the GUI, but when you log into a remote machine, most of the time your remote server would not have a GUI display and you would be working in a terminal shell. It is very essential that you know how to navigate around in the shell, how to find stuff, how to change directory, create files, edit files, and so on. These links will sort of help you with learning the basics of Unix command. Then we use Git for version control, how to use Git. And most of the time on a remote machine, you will be using Vim. If you have never used Vim, there is a program called Vim Tutor, which is available in your terminal, which you can run and follow the instructions, and it will at least give you a basic grounding of how to use Vim. Once you have done this, then we can get to the actual first steps towards verification. There is a complete playlist of videos on verification which goes through all the steps. The first video covers the basics of downloading and installing the tools required for verification. Follow the instructions in the first video. And after that, the second video takes a very simple design and creates a very simple verification environment around that design. Hardly 10 to 15 minutes of coding. And at the end of that, there is a very small and similar assignment that you can attempt to test out whatever you have learned and to check whether your environment is properly configured or not. Once you have completed the assignment, you can go through the cocotb documentation, which provides you much more detail on the frameworks. And if you are stuck at any point of time, then you can ask question over Slack. And if the question is sufficiently complicated that we cannot discuss it or we cannot resolve it over Slack, then we will have a meeting this Sunday at 6 p.m. I will send the meeting detail by Saturday and we can join that hangout and we can discuss any questions that you have. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Bye.